Yo, I want to show you some cool things that you can do with an Android phone and OpenClaw. So first of all, I gave it a skill for vibe coding native Android Kotlin apps that magically appear on my phone. One of them is called Studio Dashboard. So the Studio Dashboard is basically a hacker looking like dashboard for my Mac Studio, which shows me CPU, memory, disk swap, top processes. I can easily kill the processes. I can restart them. As you can see here, there's plenty of controls. And the second thing, like we have Docker processes. So it shows me all of the things that I'm running on Docker and whether they're fine, whether I should. There's probably a better way to share the screen. I just don't want to do that right now. And I can stop, restart, and blah, blah, blah. Next up, I can see all of my dev servers. So these are all of my dev servers running here. And like I can easily access, I can click to open them here in like Google Chrome, or I can just stop, restart the process or do something to the process. I have my entire Tailscale network, which even though it's private, I'm like paranoid about showing it. So I can manage which devices have which IP, whether they're online or offline and blah, blah, blah. And the coolest part I want to show you, like we have a mini drawer here for like extra stuff that I'm going to add. So this is a native Kotlin app, as I said. And the cool thing is like I've set up two ways to like conjure iOS apps and just put them boom magically on the phone. So one of them is Expo, because on Android, you don't need Apple's approval and you don't need Tim Cook's letter and to sign Craig Federflipguinea, whatever his surname is, a signature on something to load an app. You don't even need a developer account, nothing. You can literally vibe code Expo apps and open them in Expo Go. The problem is like I hated remembering which ones are they and where are they running and blah, 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 and I'm not logged into Expo. So it found all of my Expo apps that I have here, and I can click stop or start to basically start the Expo thingy and just click on it and it immediately opens in the Expo app. But that's like a React Native app. And I'm like, what if I take it one step further and I actually vibe code myself like native Kotlin apps? So I didn't want to do like Android Studio and all of those nasty things. I just taught my OpenClaw to basically install Java, Gradle, Android Studio, whatever bullshits it needs in the background for making those apps. It did all of that on its own. And I'm like, let's start and make me a Hello World app. And it did. And I'm like, how do I install this app? Because you can do wireless ADB, meaning you connect your phone once to the Mac Studio, and then every time afterwards, it can install apps and run commands on your phone wirelessly. But I'm kind of scared to do that because ADB can do anything on your phone. So someone can literally go and click around in your banking apps, and that's a bit scary. So I'm like, how do I take this APK of a built app and I basically vibe move it into my phone? So this service that you can self-host is called NTFY. And NTFY can basically send you rich notifications. And one of those notifications can be like in the buttons of it, it can be like a link to something. So what I taught my OpenClaw is basically to make an APK for an app and then host it on Tailscale somewhere and within my network. And then it sends me an NTFY notification that I can click and I can tap on the APK and it installs the app. This is a bit long of an explanation, but it's me. And now what I wanted, I'm like, yeah, this is going to be annoying to constantly, push. So what I did is like a mini build system. And as you can see, I already am 3 apps deep here. So these are my apps. Studio Dashboard, Studio Launcher, and Calendar Alarms. So I already have 3 apps. And for the Studio Dashboard is basically the app that I'm showing you. You can see now, like it's built different versions, and all of these versions live in a folder on my computer somewhere. Let's say I have code, mobile, Android, Studio Dashboard, APKs, and then for each APK, it has like a mini changelog, and it knows which app I have installed. And if I don't have the proper update installed, it's going to notify me. And also it's going to tell me, click here to update. So I made, this is literally my own mini Play Store. So I can install and update my apps, which live only on the Mac Studio. They're not published to Play Store. They're not published anywhere else. They're not made for other people. They're just made for me. And I can just click. And as you can see right now, I can see my changelog and I can see that I have the latest version of Studio Dashboard, which is fucking sick. So now anytime I need a new app, and if I'm somewhere, I can just text, even if I don't have access to my developer, tools and the Mac Studio and I'm not on the same network, I can just text on Telegram that I need a new app for something and it's going to appear in the list of apps and I can just install it and update it, which is like, what the freak you're talking about? That's insane. So what I've built, if you're like, what else have you built? What else interesting have you built? I've built my own launcher. So if you don't know on Android, like the home screen that you see on your iOS screen is basically swappable by another app that's called a launcher. And people use all of these popular launchers. And I'm like, why don't I try to make my own launcher for once? So I made this just as a proof of concept. So when I go to my home screen, this is actually the app that shows on my home screen. So this is the thing which I fully own right now. So for now, it's very simple. It just has a drawer, so I can go and just basically open a drawer to my apps. But it's completely vibeable, meaning OpenClaw can change my entire home screen based on multiple conditions. On iOS, you have a limitation of like, you can create like 7 or 8 focus modes. I think they have a limit. And based on the focus mode that you're in, you can show a different home screen. But this thing can literally, with just me texting it, it can change which icons show on my home screen based on time on day, based on like a trillion conditions. Not only the icons, it can show me widgets or relevant things or reminders. It can vibe set the wallpaper to it. So I've actually done that, and you don't need a special launcher in order to do that. As you can see here, I use Nano Banana, and now OpenClaw can basically, like, it made this wallpaper, and without my interference at all, it can just remotely set a new Nano Banana made wallpaper, which opens like a trillion possibilities because it can take all the information that's current about my life. Like, let's say I'm in Vienna and it's rainy and I need to do this and it's someone's birthday, and it can put all of that in Nano Banana and literally put it in my as my wallpaper. So when I unlock my phone, I see, oh, it's John's birthday and I'm in Vienna and it's raining. I could have looked up at the sky, but no, my bot can do that by wasting Nano Banana credits. It's fucking cool, dude. So now this launcher is like pretty bare bones, but I added like a weather widget, a clock, and I added a calendar widget, which is already turned out useful because it disappears when when there's no event. I don't need to look at my calendar. See, like there's no calendar, it's only the clock. When I had an event, it was counting down to it. It was showing it with red that the event is coming soon. So you can literally just do things now. And another thing that I made is called calendar alarms. Like someone booked a call with me, but fuck it. I'm not revealing their name and shit. Basically, you choose which, just a quick thing. You choose which calendars do you want, which keywords to ignore, and which events do you want enabled or disabled. And for those events, it's going to watch your calendar, and 30 minutes before, it's going to ring an actual alarm, not a notification, but it's going to go full screen and be like, hey, dumbass, you have an alarm soon. So on iOS, I was using a Siri shortcut that every morning would check my events, and a couple of times it would check my events, and it would set alarms for the events in the clock app on iOS. But this is like fully native Android app, and it can just draw over other apps and be like, hey, here's an alarm. This is what you have a meeting about. So I'm done, dude. Like, I thought that I'm going to return my Android, but this is so mind-blowing what you can do. Like, I'm going to turn this into like an OpenClaw phone in a way, because from the lock screen to what I have on my home screen, everything can be controlled via OpenClaw. And I can actually try to show you a demo of another cool thing that I did. Is, let me just open Telegram here, and I can talk to one of my bots. Let's just choose this one. Can you text to speech on my Android phone and say hi to everyone? So even if I'm in do not disturb, even if my phone is locked or whatever, now my OpenClaw can actually, let me actually see if it's gonna do that. I hope it's gonna not ruin the video, because I've been vibe coding this like Claude code, and now for the first time I'm trying it with my bot. I'm not sure if it's gonna put two and two and together. Yeah, it's like no Android node is paired, so I have to tell it it's in a skill and it's an entire thing. But maybe I'll make a different video about this. It can change my brightness, it can change my volume, it can flash the flashlight, it can show me notifications, it can start alarms, it can ask me questions, whether that's like a radio button form or a dialogue or a text input I need to, let's say it wants me to order food and I need to choose from 3 menu items. It can literally show me like the 3 menu items, and I can click I want sushi, and then it's gonna, like, it can keep the human in a loop by showing some UI for me to choose certain things. It can show me like a fingerprint authentication, meaning let's say it wants to deploy something or send some sensitive email. It can be like, I can be on the go when I can get pinged, tap here to actually authenticate whatever request is happening, which is pretty sick. It can read my SMS, it can send SMS, it can read my notifications from the notification center, meaning if I'm late on something or something is missing or I'm forgetting to answer someone, it can, like, in the heartbeat pulse of the OpenClaw, it can be like, fuck, you're forgetting this, this, and that. So long story short, it's like a much deeper integration into the OS, which means it's a deeper integration into your life, because you don't need to worry. Like, you can do crazy things like, when you go to bed at night, if your phone is not set to do not disturb, you can literally have a sensor on your bed and then just ping your Claude or Home Assistant or whatever. And it's going to do a bunch of automations that you cannot do on iOS, or you need to pre-make them and make them very fixed. These can be actually vibed on the fly. And just the bot can know your life, and it can control your phone, get your attention through the phone, speak to your phone, change your wallpaper, launcher, whatever. Yeah, I'm rambling a lot. I'm very excited. I'm so happy to be back on Android. I ordered my Pixel Buds. I ordered a Pixel Watch. And I replaced my Apple TVs with a bunch of NVIDIA Shields. And we're back, baby. So more videos about Android soon. I hope you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.